Hey, what is up guys, I'm Carmelo, and today I'm going to be saying, what if Paul George and Carmelo did not go to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but instead went to Cleveland, as there's some news that just came out recently saying things that I'm going to get into in the video. So pretty much, without further ado, and without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Recently, Carmelo Anthony has actually said, came out that on draft day, Paul George and himself were supposed to be going to get traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the trade was already completely set up, but last minute the trade was actually set off or called off, and for what reason we don't know. He didn't specify, but he said the potential trade package was going to be Carmelo for Tristan Thompson and Paul George for J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert. So this trade would send Carmelo and Paul George over to Cleveland. Could you imagine that? This would give them the starting lineup of Isaiah Thomas at point guard, Carmelo at shooting guard, LeBron at small forward, Paul George at power forward, and Kevin Love at center. I don't know who you would actually keep at keep at power forward or center. I don't know if you would put Paul George at center or Kevin Love at center. You'd have to switch one of them because they both can't be Paul. Because Paul George is a small forward, but he's taller than Kevin Love. So I don't know. Because you can't start him at small forward because then you have LeBron. They would have to work it out some way. And they would also give them the bench of Dwayne Wade, Darren Williams, and Kyle Korver, and also Channing Frye. So they would be extremely deep, and they would have one of the best starting fives in the league. And how this would actually help Cleveland, they would have, this would probably make Cleveland have a better chance of keeping LeBron, because as many people know, LeBron James, he's most likely going to leave to either the Lakers or some other contending franchise. As with the team he has of right now, he cannot beat the Golden State Warriors. It's just not going to happen. I mean, yeah, LeBron's great, Kevin Love's great, and Isaiah Thomas is great, but that team is not going to beat Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Sean Livingston, Andrew Iguodala. That team's just not going to lose to the current Cleveland Cavalier team. So unless something drastic happens, I do see LeBron leaving. But if Carmelo and Paul George would have came, this would have gave LeBron that potential championship contender and actually being able to have a good series against Golden State Warriors. So this could have actually helped LeBron stay drastically. And then the second reason that this would have helped the Cleveland Cavaliers is that they would have one of the most high-powered offenses in the league, in the entire league. Because Paul George can go up for 20 points a game. Carmelo is one of the best scorers to ever live. LeBron is LeBron. He's going to get his points. Isaiah Thomas is one of the best scoring point guards in the league. He's ranked number 5 in points per game last year. The dude's awesome. He averaged, he averaged tons of points per game. The dude's a beast. They would probably be better than the Houston Rockets offense, which is extremely high-powered as well. They would be extremely good. Their offense would carry them drastically. But now, the third and biggest reason to me, this would add tons of depth, which they badly needed, as LeBron in the last year's finals averaged 42 minutes per game, Kyrie averaged 40 minutes per game, and Kevin Love averaged 32 minutes per game. So with your third best player averaging half of a game, but then you have your two best averaging pretty much the entire game with no rest. And when they actually did get rested, they would start expanding the lead, so they pretty much could not get any rest. And yeah, but now with this depth that I would be adding with Dwayne Wade coming off the bench and having Paul George and Carmelo, if they would have had this, they would actually be able to rest LeBron, which could be huge, because then you would have a fresh LeBron coming into the fourth quarter. So if they would actually done this trade, I think Cleveland would have had a chance to beat Golden State. But now, that's actually going to bring me into the next points that I'm going to come up with. Could have they beaten the Golden State Warriors? Well, here are the matchups. You would have Isaiah Thomas versus Steph Curry. And obviously, Steph Curry has the huge advantage in point guard-wise. He's all around much better. But if you go off of pure scoring alone, Isaiah Thomas has him beat. So, I mean, yes, Steph Curry's obviously going to perform better than Isaiah Thomas. He's just a better player than Isaiah Thomas by a ton. He's just a way better point guard than Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is great and all, but yeah, Steph Curry is much better. But unless Isaiah Thomas will have the lighting the blow of the scoring, he can average almost 30 points a game last year. He'll be able to lighten the blow. But then, the next matchup that you will have is Carmelo versus Klay Thompson. In my opinion, this is the most even matchup of the entire team.
Kevin Love deep on the block. Too easy.
Sit down, turns. Oh, you can call this a love fest. Kevin Love falling away. And hitting. Kevin Love is getting 2 touches a game more than he did last season. Good pass and a better dive inside by Love.
We don't lack hunger. I know LeBron, I'm sure he's very hungry, myself included.
How many people could throw that kind of pass off a rebound, chest pass, and get it out that far?
It looks so effortless. He just snaps that pass the length of the floor. Tough catch, basket. Threw it down on Gasol. That's what you want to see.
Too deep to shoot. Kevin Love. Of course he knocked it down. Kevin Love cannot miss. Love, hot step, hits a 3.
Love open for 3 again. That's 4 from beyond the arc.
The Kevin Love thing, I mean, it's like he's losing his spot. He may have to sit down.
Nor is Kevin Love the same Kevin Love that was in Minnesota that had that big, beefy body, but was powerful in the post, averaging better than 25 and 12. He's a spot-up shooter here and a third offensive option in Cleveland. That's not going to work. Do you really need him to play?
We just want to come in and get a win. You know, it's not holding any grudges. Life is too short. I just want to come out and play this game I love.
I think it's a fresh start for everybody here, the coaching staff included, and we're going to continue to keep building this thing.
Love beats Iguodala, dives into Azili, and has the strength to finish.
The biggest, like, you just have to take advantage of that. As you'd have, like, Cleveland would be able to abuse Zaza with either Paul George or Kevin Love. Because Zaza would not be able to guard Paul George or Kevin Love's drive, or Paul George or Kevin Love's perimeter shooting or anything. Zaza would get extremely just exposed, and he would get locked down on offense too. Unless, you know, it kicked you in the nuts or something, then that's his best move. Same with Draymond, but that's besides the point. But now, you'd also have Draymond Green against either Kevin Love or Paul George. And I think it'd probably end up being Paul George against Draymond Green, because Paul George offers a lot more offensively, like dribbling the ball wise. So I do think he would at least go for 15 points a game still against Draymond and get at least 10 rebounds, which is huge. Like, if you can get that many points and that many rebounds off of someone that's the defense player of the year, that's a success for sure. And then you have Kevin Love going off. So, would they be able to beat the Warriors if this trade would have happened? I really do think they would have had a chance, because it really depends if LeBron is the same due to his age, like if he's the same player or his age is going to get to him. If Isaiah Thomas can stay healthy, as you know, he's not going to be able to start the season with him. And if Paul George and Carmelo can do their thing pretty much, like, can they go off? Because if Paul George goes off and Carmelo goes off for 20 points a game, that's a 40-point difference from what they had last year. So they would be replacing J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson for Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. So I do think it depends how productive they could end up being. But I do think they would have a chance to beat them if this trade would have happened. And I know it's kind of different. I'm excited to see what Oklahoma City can do with them, but I wish they would have went to Cleveland just so we could see who would win the NBA Finals. So I still think Golden State's going to beat Oklahoma City, but I think it's going to be a really good series. I can't wait for the NBA season to start. It's going to be the most exciting season with all the super teams that they have. Yeah, all the teams that aren't super teams are going to struggle, but it's going to be extremely fun watching these teams play, like Minnesota, Oklahoma. I just can't wait. But anyway, guys, if you like this what if video and you want more like what if videos just like this, comment below that you do. And at any point, if you like agree with me, like anything, hit the like button. And if you didn't like the video, you don't have to dislike button. You don't have to do it. Just leave if you did like the video. You don't have to hurt my feelings. But if you did like the video, hit the subscribe button. That'd also mean a lot. Kids, don't think I forgot about you either. Because remember, never eat your vegetables. Always eat your drugs. Stay safe. Wear your seatbelt. Goodbye.